There's a lot of people that are still looking to move into the Sacramento area in 2026. We're going to talk a little bit about this, what the market's doing exactly right now. We're going to pull in statistics from June 2026. We're going to compare them in May. We're going to also compare them to last year. We're going to talk a little bit about numbers. We're going to analyze the market and see which direction the market is going for 2026. If that's you and you're thinking about still moving into the area and you're wondering what to expect, right? Well, for the last couple months, we've been hovering around 6.5 interest rates, and it's really impacted the market. In fact, right now, the market is a little slow. But what does that mean for you if you're thinking about a new home, a luxury home, first-time home? Well, we're going to talk a little bit about this. We're going to analyze the markets, bring in statistics, and talk to you a little bit about what to expect if you are still thinking about moving into the Sacramento area. Areas are different. Some areas right now are currently still hot. Some are slowing down. And let's face it, after July 4th in the Sacramento area, things tend to slow down just a bit. Let's talk a little bit about this, and let's see if we can give you some answers as far as if moving into the Sacramento area right now makes sense. Should you be waiting? Are there going to be some new home deals? What is the market really looking like? Let's get into the show and let's talk about it right now. All right, guys, tonight's show should be really fun. Okay, so I got some good stuff for you. We're going to go over some statistics as far as everything goes. But this is the stuff that's interesting to me. Okay, so last year, right? And if we're going to go into the stats, we're going to talk about June versus like May, June versus last year and everything too. But this is where it gets really interesting. A lot of people don't focus on mortgage rates as far as what they did. And if you look at this graph, this is kind of what rates did towards the end of 2025. And it impacted a lot of different things in the market. Now, we're going to go through all this stuff too. We're going to talk about rate droppage. We're going to talk about what markets it impacted. We're going to talk about all the stuff regarding the housing market. It's pretty crazy about what we're going to kind of go over in tonight's show. Now, hopefully, you guys are enjoying the Sacramento heat, which, it's actually comparatively towards other summers in Sacramento. This right now isn't as hot as it's been. Last year was pretty mellow. This year seems to be pretty relaxed as well, too. A couple years ago, it was brutal, 4 years ago. So we've gotten a little bit of a break on weather. And now for a lot of people who just moved in Sacramento, that's just kind of what it is. As far as I go, it took me about 3 or 4 years to kind of get used to the weather. I moved in from the Bay. Still at times, it still gets to be a little overwhelming, but at the end of the day, I was able to get a house with a pool, and so I'm not crying that bad. Now, as far as Sacramento in general for 2026, should you still move into Sacramento? We're kind of the halfway point. After July 4th, it slows down a little bit. We might have a bump here and there, but for the most part, it kind of slows down. What we normally see is that, people are kind of like going on their last vacations. People, we're a feeder market to the Bay. So a lot of people from the Bay Area want to get their houses set May and June, April, May and June. And so right now in July, a lot of people might be doing one last ditch effort to get out here. But a lot of people also have just, called it a day and said, you know what, maybe we'll do it next year. A lot of people who are looking to sell their homes, they probably started dropping their price that I've been seeing a little bit on the market because market has been kind of slow, but they're probably going to drop just a little bit more to kind of get these things off the market before the winter season comes. Now, when the winter comes, the rain comes, it doesn't bode well as for sellers. For me, I talk to people all the time and I'm like, look, ideally, if you're going to be selling your house, end of March, April, May, June, those are the months where you do it. Why? Well, for the most part, we get a lot of people coming in from LA, a lot of people coming in from the Bay Area and everything too. And so you want to have your house ready to go for those people coming in as well too. Basic laws of supply and demand. The more demand we see, normally the demand that we see comes in really strong to our market starting in those months because people want to make the move. A lot of people are still coming in from the Bay. They want that upgrade of a house, and they can get that in the Sacramento area. I mean, what you can get here for $1 million, you couldn't even get close to that in the Bay Area. So a lot of people do make the move. Now, as far as Sacramento, as far as job wise and everything too, we're the state capital, so it tends to be pretty decent here in comparison to the rest of the United States. We have, state jobs. We also have a lot of medical right now. We got Kaisers, we got Shriners, we got Mercy, Dignity. We have all these big hospitals and they're building new campuses. In Folsom, there's a new Dignity. There's a new UC Davis extension over there as well too. Elk Grove, there's another Dignity as well too. So we're building more hospitals, and for nurses and doctors, this market tends to be fantastic for them. And so so we do really all right there. UC Davis, like I mentioned before, and all the infrastructure stuff that's happening in the Sacramento area, all the, stuff at the rail yards. We got the new surf park in West Roseville, Liberty at Lincoln, you got Placer One, you got all these communities that are sprouting up. We are even creating new kind of cities. We got Braden, which is supposedly coming out, which I'll do an update for you guys next week. We have Bickford Ranch, that's gonna be a whole new incorporated area. We have what else is there? We've got what was the other one? Tip of my tongue. What is that other one that we created? I'll think about it. But for the most part, we're creating these new areas and we're just building houses. And there we go. Like in Rancho, we've been building there for at least the last, maybe 10, 15 years. I mean, we've got like 15,000 new homes that are going in there and have been going in there. Folsom Ranch, the same thing. Elk Grove, we got West Sacramento. And Melrose is a taxable bond that's allowing these areas also to create new police departments or build new police departments, fire departments, all these cool water parks that you're seeing, not water parks, but parks that have like splash pads and everything too, walking trails. So we're kind of creating these brand new areas almost from scratch. And if you look at somewhere like a Folsom Ranch, I mean, that whole area, just came around the last like maybe 10 years. It didn't exist before then. And then you have builders like KB, Toll Brothers, Taylor, Lennar, New Home Company, Anthem. You got all these builders who built all these communities. With the communities and all the new homes came new fire departments, new best supposed pizza slice place, and all of Folsom is in Folsom Ranch right now too. And so what you're going to get if you decide to make the move to Sacramento is the option of getting a resale home or a brand new home. And at times a brand new home can be actually even more affordable than a resale home. You're going to be getting some of the brand new schools being built here as well too. You're going to get a water park, maybe like we have like right now, I think 12 or 13 Costco's in the Sacramento area. Our area is kind of just exploding a little bit. While other markets are kind of like lackluster, like your Houston and your Vegas, like Sacramento is kind of charging. So for me, myself, I like our area. If I'm going to bet on any area in the United States, I love Sacramento based on the state jobs, based on the location of the Bay Area, feeder markets, everything too. Our growth, even good times and bad times, our growth is still growing. There are some projects though that are they still going to happen? Are they not? Like Braden is definitely one of them. X Games too. We got to figure that out. We're pitching for our own Major League Baseball team as well. But there's a lot of projects that are coming to fruition, like the one that the Sunrise Mall, how it's going to develop into this whole new area, like kind of like a work. There's going to be an athletic center out there as well too. The rail yards project is underway. I mean, there's so many things that are happening in the Sacramento area that make it really, really an ideal place to jump into before it really, really does take off to the next level. 7 years ago in Sacramento, affordability we were definitely affordable. We were like, first-time home buyers, anyone can get a home here. It's good. Now it's totally changed. I don't know if I'd even say affordability is that word that we can throw into our market. It's growing. It's like an AI stock. We're growing, and it just doesn't seem like Sacramento's market is really, really slowing down. We do a little bit of the pausing here and there when the interest rates are higher or when we're not getting the inventory we want. But if you compare it to other markets in the United States, we're still charging because of our state jobs, because of location. If someone wants the California lifestyle, and this isn't a debate whether you like Cali or not, but if you want the California lifestyle and you don't want to pay those Bay Area prices, a lot of people do realize the fact that in Sacramento, you're about an hour and a half from Tahoe. You're like, you got the Sierras. I mean, it's just a great, great place to live. In Sacramento, you can get a golf course community. You can live on the water. You got Folsom Lake. You got the American River. You got Sacramento River. You got Lake Natoma. You got older parts where you can get more of those 1920s, 30s homes like East Sacramento Land Park. And you can also get a brand new Toll Brothers home. And Toll Brothers currently, I think, has like 5 or 6 communities that they're building, which they've never built that many communities in the Sacramento area until late, because they see the growth, they see the potential and everything too. So our area is exploding. If you're someone who's still considering California or moving into California, or thinking to yourself, I want something amazing. I want something that if I pay my mortgage, I better be looking at something that is making me smile. That's what Sacramento and the Sacramento delivers. Areas like Folsom, areas like Roseville, El Dorado Hills, Loomis. You can go super bougie if you want to as well too. We have it all. So if you guys are thinking about that one spot to go to maybe say, you know what, I want California, but I don't want those Bay Area prices where I'm going to be paying $2 million for a 1,000 square foot condo. Come to Sacramento. We'll show you some fun stuff in Grand Bay, Folsom, Sacramento proper. They're all over the place. There are these spots that you can just jump into. And I kid you not, I've been doing this for a long, long time, and I have yet to find someone who hasn't told me, you know what, I want this specifically, and we've been able to find that like left and right. Sacramento has an abundance of different lifestyles, different communities. You want it, we got it. You always want to own a boat, you can definitely make it happen here in Sacramento. You want to live by the college, or your kids may be coming to Sacramento for college, and you want to buy rental property, that can happen as well too. You want to go downtown, you want to go to the Sawyer and get a nice penthouse condo, a penthouse apartment, you can definitely get that as well too. This Sacramento area is so still. It's so still in the dark. I mean, so many people don't even realize how great Sacramento is. A lot of people see it as being a place that's way too hot. Yes, during the summer, it can get very much hot here in Sacramento. But I kid you not, we do have our seasons. We have our winter, fall, spring, and summer seasons. In wintertime, it is raining, it is cold, people are bundled up, we got fire pits, we got like fireplaces going, we got nice long walks. We get the leaves changing colors, areas like Fair Oaks. I mean, you go down to like East Sacramento or Land Park, and you're going to see some of the most amazing, colorful, tree-lined streets that you've ever seen in your life. And again, if you want stuff to do here in Sacramento, you can go paddleboarding, you can go river rafting, you can go kayaking. I mean, our Costco caters to it. You guys have seen it. I mean, you go there and you can buy a paddleboard, you can buy this, you can buy that. That's the type of lifestyle we have here. Now, if you're someone who still is kind of thinking to yourself like, Sacramento, I'm not really sure what it's all about. Sacramento, pretty much, I'd say 95% of Sacramento is a suburb. So if you're someone who likes kind of like family-friendly community events, knowing your neighbor, riding your bike, barbecues, pool parties, hanging out with the community, movie nights in the park, concerts in the park, soccer, sports are huge here for the kids specifically. Like, that's what we deliver here in Sacramento. For me, I lost that in Marin. Everyone became Tesla owners and really, really enclosed in their homes. Sacramento's not like that. I know my neighbors, they watch my home when they're gone. All of them gather in the front lawn every Friday and hang out. If you want to, you're free to join them. That's what Sacramento delivers. So if that's you and you're thinking to yourself, I want California, I want to be close to the mountains, I want to get those views, I want to get all that stuff too, I want to have that community vibe, I want to have a place where my kids can, get to know their neighbors, have kids to play with, and there's tons of stuff to do. This is Sacramento. This is what it's all about. And if someone has told you different, they probably haven't been to Sacramento in a long, long time, or maybe never. I would say reach out to our team. We can talk to you over the phone and get out here. I mean, our success rate with people showing them around the Sacramento area is, I don't think there's a team that can beat us as far as that goes. So that's it. Let's get into some comments and then we'll get on the show. All right. Boom. Video guy Matt. All right. What builders are starting their fire sales? Lennar is doing it up, I think, in Eastridge Village. I think Lennar, North Lake has been that way for a while. New home sales in most communities seems to have died over the past month. Now, okay, this is a good thing as far as new home sales. Summer hit, summer miss. Okay. So like the ones that I've been seeing that are kind of like, okay, so first of all, Glenfield at JMC and Placer One, that thing is just like going. We're seeing more of like the houses that are in the $400,000-$500,000 price range. Those things are flying. The ones that are sitting is that middle range, like the 650s, 750s. Those are sitting as well too. Now the active communities plus 55s, those are doing fantastic too. The one that Khoff has, the lady told me she sold 8 houses in 1 month. So I think you've got to be really selective on exactly what builder you're looking at. If you go to somewhere like a Rancho and you're looking for something maybe like a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, that's perfect, right? Because who are you going to go to? You can go to Tri-Point, you're going to Woodside, you're going to go Pulte, you're going to go to Cressley, you're going to go to Lennar, you're going to go to Beazer. You've got so many people building homes out there too that they're really going to basically bend over backwards for you. Now, the one community I'd say though, like I said, entry kind of level pricing is the 2 communities by Woodside, Willow and Aspen. Willow is still smoking hot. it slowed down just a tad bit. There was actually one move-in ready home, which surprised me because that was a community that about 2 months ago was about 20 people deep on their waiting list. And now they've kind of slowed down a bit. Now, as far as everything goes, as far as what's going to happen near the end of this year, I find it very interesting because I don't know where rates are going to go, but rates are going to definitely impact the market. I think if rates hold steady at what they are right now, 6.6, 6.7, I think that, new homes are going to be forced to do some major incentives because they got a little bit of a jump last year because rates were dropping towards the end of last year. New homes definitely benefited from that. And we're going to show you some stats on that as well, too. All right. Any new single-story homes in Folsom Ranch that's between Toll Brothers Preserve and Shawwood for price and sale? Between Toll Brothers and Preserve. The only other stuff that I could see out there is Esquire by KB. I know that Taylor Morrison is going to be releasing a new community also sometime this year. I just don't know when. I think it's towards the end of this year. Folsom is a little dry, to be honest. I mean, right now we're not seeing a lot of building in Folsom. Like you mentioned, we have the active community. But other than active communities, we have Folsom, Preserve, Heritage, and Oak. We have Shawwood, who's building their community up on the hill. We have Esquire by what's called KB, and we have some Lennar homes. But that's kind of about it for right now. Taylor Morrison's probably going to be the next community that's going to be up and running probably sometime this year. Taylor Morrison's also going to be building in Rancho as well too. But yeah, Folsom right now has been a little bit of a slow mover. I mean, we're back in the day, 2 or 3 years ago, we saw Tri-Point, we saw Richmond, we saw KB, we saw, who else did we see? Taylor. We saw a bunch of builders. Woodside was out there as well too. Woodside still has their condos, but a lot of people don't like the condo idea in Folsom. Right now, Folsom's just a little dry. I think they also need to figure out where the land is going. I think there's a little bit more land available also on the hill. I'm curious to see who might get that. But yeah, Folsom's been a little dry. A lot of people are pivoting to El Dorado Hills or to Rancho, and some people are just holding tight to Folsom. I mean, they're just saying, I can't wait till Taylor's next community comes out. Now, Taylor Morrison's next community that's going to be coming out will have the floor plans that I've heard that they're going to have the same floor plans that they've had in their 2 previous communities in Folsom Ranch. You're going to see the Ravine, you're going to see the Highland and everything too. Those are somewhat of the same floor plans you're going to be seeing because they've had so much success with those. I think they're going to be building a little closer to where Toll Brothers is, a little bit further out, but I think that's it. Now, as far as the schools go, there's still a huge question mark about Folsom schools. So if you guys are jumping in to any of the remaining Toll Brothers or whatnot, I would very much question the salespeople as far as the schools go. There's been some doubts about the schools as far as that goes. So just so you guys know, but as far as single story, I would say you got Shawwood has that one single story, which I'm in love with, but we're talking like 1.2, 1.3. I think Toll Brothers, you can probably get a single story at Toll Brothers between probably about 850 to 950. And then Esquire, probably around 700, 720. And the Lennar, probably about that as well too. Although I think Lennar is a tad bit overpriced over there. All right. Good evening. Burn it up in Atlanta. Man, Atlanta has got to be hot and humid. All right. What features make a home hold its value the best? Location usually does it. As far as people like lot size, people like privacy. So those are the main things. I mean, they're just one of those things that a lot of people, when they go to new homes, they're always saying, oh my God, I want those quartz countertops. I want all that stuff too. And I'm saying, if I had the extra money to spend, I'd go for a bigger piece of land, or I would go for a premium location, like you're across the street from a park, you're at the end of a cul-de-sac. Those are the things that you can't change once you get the home. So I like location. I like the square footage as far as the lot size. I also like, I'd rather get a house that's a little bit bigger, maybe a popular floor plan, as opposed to something that's just suiting my needs. Anything that you get, if you get a house and it's just bare bones, you can upgrade it down the road, but you can't, add more land. You know what I mean? So for me, I like that. That's what I would put my money into. That's the big thing. The other thing I will say, if let's say you go down the road, is curb appeal. I think curb appeal is something that is completely overlooked in this day and age, because we do have a lot of new homes being built. A lot of them have the same kind of exterior kind of stuff, I mean, how many people have gone to new homes? They're like Craftsman, luxury farmhouse, like Cologne, like they have the same thing. So a lot of these houses tend to look somewhat similar. So I think that, if it was me and I was looking to go sell my home, I would probably do a lot of curb appeal as far as like make it stand out from the other homes, whether that's, kind of a standout paint trim color, maybe do some lighting, maybe do something to the front yard, that I think that really does appeal to people as well too. For me, remember, it's like the first impression, right? If you go to an interview with a person or, you're interviewing for a job, you get one shot as the first impression. You have to get that, have kind of people like fall in love with the home right away. That's for me. That works for me. Like, if I myself, when I was looking for homes, I would drive up and I would just go like, okay, I like this. This is the vibe that like my family's going to get when they come to see me. My friends are going to see me. This is my house. And there's something about the outside, the curb appeal of the house that really, really does it for me. The other thing too, I think walking into a house, smells, right? Touches, lighting as well. If you have like, if you're focused more on whites and grays, use like a white light because it brings that out. If you have more like brown tones and you're going towards that, use a little bit more of a tungsten light. These are all little things that are just going to make the house really, really pop. I think the other thing too, if you're looking for, is plants. I think plants really add a little bit of like, wow, to a house when someone's walking through it. I think good lighting features as well too. I don't think you got to go crazy on that. And minimalist, very, very nice, open concept. That kind of does it. But if I was down to nailing something, I would just say most people, we need to get them in the doors to houses. So it's more about lot size. It's more about like location, all that stuff too. Now, an interesting thing that also is, at least for me, going to become a huge factor in the future is that because Sacramento is, I would say, probably the leader in new home building in California. I can't think of another spot. Maybe I'm wrong, but I can't see another spot that's building as many new homes. What you guys are going to notice as well is brands, right? Brands have never been hotter in the, in our culture right now too. Everyone's brand, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, everyone's branding, right? But what you're going to notice too is a lot of people, when they go to sell their homes, the builder's name definitely matters. I've already seen this happen. Some people are, that's Lennar Home. This is this. So honestly, also branding really is going to be something in the future that's really going to be part of it, right? You're going to see people more put on the MLS like, Toll Brothers Home or Taylor Morrison or Woodside or this or that. They're going to start using those things to kind of like also, help with the sale of the home. I mean, people see Toll Brothers and what's the first thing they think of? Luxury. Boom. So you're going to see more of that stuff. People are going to recognize communities and say, oh, that's a Toll Brothers community. That's a Lennar community. That's a Woodside community. Oh, people are going to start to recognize that stuff too. And I kid you not, it is definitely going to play in people's minds when they're buying homes. So just keep that a little bit in mind as well too. Right, to the next. All right. If you could only choose 3 features that best protect a home's resale value over the 10 years, what would they be? 3 features. Okay, I would say landscaping. Again, one of the things about Sacramento in general is that as much as we love our homes and we love our kitchens, we love our primary bedrooms, we love all that stuff too, we're also a big outdoor living people, even though sometimes it gets to be like the sun in Sacramento. True. We love our outdoor living. We love the resort style vibe. A lot of people who are coming in from the Bay Area or other spots don't have a big backyard. And they're like, you know what? I want that backyard. I want that. I want a barbecue. I want this. I want a hot tub and everything too. So one thing I love is, again, like a nice landscaped house. I think landscaping adds so much. I think if you can do some nice landscaping, whether it's like lighting outside or whatnot, I think that's absolutely huge. The other thing too is when you walk in, and I saw a comment, less is more. I agree completely. I think less is more. I think, people want that open concept, right? And maybe your house doesn't have necessarily open concept, but if you if you move the stuff a little bit to the side and don't have a whole bunch of stuff, right? I mean, Amazon, it's hard not to, but I think that's another thing that really can add too. Let me think, what else would I say? Inside, the lighting, I think that's pretty good. Lighting features are very, very cute too. I think a lot of people mentioned to me when we're out looking at houses, oh, I love the lighting features. I think the lighting features are really, really nice. The other thing too, is I would say probably goes with the landscaping, the outside kind of patio area. If you have something that has like AC, a fireplace out there, people love that. Inside, I would say, one of the things I've seen just kill deals, and this is not a me thing, but I'll tell you guys straight up, is no one seems to like carpets. Nobody I've moved into houses just do not like carpets. Carpets is just something that people, I think it's maybe because of COVID and everything too. People just don't like carpets. I'd say carpets, I've seen people go, yeah, I don't want carpets. Not on the stairs, not on the house, nowhere. The other thing too is paint. Don't do that, the primer white paint. It looks horrible. Do a two-tone paint. It looks really, really nice and really, really clean. That's another thing too, I'd say. Those type of things, like those type of things, I think make a house look really, really nice. And they're not crazy expensive as well too. All right. If you're buying your forever home today, what would you refuse to compromise on? Location, square footage of the house, those things I would definitely. And if I'm a pool person, I'd probably buy a house with a pool, because putting in a pool from scratch can be delayed and everything too. But one of the things that you have to understand is, like, you see a lot of people who are buying their first home, right? And they're like, we always work with, some couples who are just, oh, it's our first home, we can't have it. We want this home, and they're just thinking of them too. They're thinking of them too, and maybe if they have a child. A lot of people will stay in their homes for a while. I mean, I know everyone's like 7 to 9 years is the average, but a lot of people will stay in the home. So the idea is, and one of the things that we've worked with a lot of people on is they've told us straight up, we wouldn't be moving now. We love our house, but we're moving right now because we need more space. So I would also think, don't buy a house currently for what your space needs are currently. Think about the future of what that looks like. I mean, if you're, just two people, but you plan on having a couple kids and, maybe getting a pet, maybe bringing in mom, anticipate that, and then, because here's the thing, no one likes to move. Moving is a pain. I don't know if there's anyone that I've ever met who said moving is fun. It's not. It's a pain. It's time consuming. It is something that we look at and go, oh, it's not going to be that bad. And it is worse. Moving is horrible. And with Amazon, we're all tiny bit of hoarders. So we have all this stuff. We have to move to another house, especially if you've done all these upgrades. And here's the thing about your forever home, Wendy, and this is a big one, right? If you're buying your forever home, you're going to start doing stuff to that house because you're thinking it's going to be my forever home. You're going to say, you know what? Let's buy that quartz countertop, even if it makes no sense, but we want it. We love it. We're going to be this home forever. So then what? 5-6 years down the road, you're saying to yourself, man, we need a couple more bedrooms. You've spent all this money in upgrades for your forever home, and now you got to sell the home. I've run into homes like that before. We just put a great client, Devin, into a home like that too. And I told him, I said straight up, I'm like, see this home right here? The person who lives here put in way, way, way more upgrades and features into this home because they never thought they would actually be selling this home. Talked to the realtor. He's like, the only reason why they're selling this home is because they needed an extra garage space. They're actually moving down the block to that house. They love the community, love the area, love their home, but they needed an extra garage space. And I looked at this house and I'm looking at the price point. I'm saying to myself, they easily put $150,000 worth of upgrades in this home because they did not plan on selling it at all. So anticipation, figure out your square footage, garage spaces, lot size, and all that stuff too. If you're someone, like, for example, like that maybe you have bad knees, they're probably going to get worse. So think about a single story home as well too. Those are things to factor in, but factor in the future of what your lifestyle is going to be like, what your population in your house is going to be like. That's a huge one. All right. Hey, from Hot Sacramento. Hot Sacramento is true. But again, you guys missed earlier. This is actually a relaxed summer. This is actually, in comparison, like last summer was great, mellow. This summer, mellow too. A couple summers ago, very, very hot. And it's been hot. So we've been lucky. This summer though, like so far so good. I mean, we're probably going to get another heat spell coming up in a little bit. But as of right now, like this is actually a mellow summer in Sacramento. Just keeping it 100. All right. Oh, curb appeal is absolutely important. Like for a lot of people, especially when they're moving to Sacramento, you're moving to Sacramento, right? You're like, let's say you're leaving the Bay or you're leaving the East Coast or Los Angeles, right? And all your friends are asking you the same question. Why are you moving to Sacramento? Like seriously, like you're really going to be moving to Sacramento? They're going to come visit you. And when they pull up, they're going to see your house and they're going to go, I get it. Or they're going to see the house and the curb appeal is going to be horrible. They're going to say like, yeah, we're going to visit you, but we're probably not going to visit again. So curb appeal is huge. And I know that sounds a little bit like that, but a lot of people do. When they come to Sacramento, they're looking for that upgrade move, whether it's the upgrade move to the $600,000 house, upgrade move to the $1 million house or whatever. There's a little part of it because Sacramento, undeservedly so, has a reputation of being hot, flat, and I don't know that much about Sacramento. So a lot of people are wondering why a lot of people from the Bay, Los Angeles, other parts are moving to Sacramento. So there's a lot of people that we work with specifically that are like, my parents are going to come up here and they want to look at the house and, it needs to be something that is somewhat like, okay, I get it. And it is what it is. And so for a lot of people, curb appeal is huge. And for me, at the end of the day, if I'm writing the check or, direct deposit on my mortgage, I want to drive home and I want to see a house that I say to myself, yeah, that's my home. I'm not happy paying a mortgage, but I'm happy paying a mortgage, or I'm not happy paying a mortgage, but if I was going to be paying a mortgage, it's to that. I'm going to live in it. I'm going to smile. It's going to bring me enjoyment. It looks beautiful. It's what I want. I love it. The last thing for me is, and this is what always gets a lot of Bay Area people is they're not moving to houses because they're saying to themselves like, this is the house of my dreams. I mean, a lot of people in the Bay Area are saying like, oh my God, we actually can afford a house here. Let's buy it. You're buying a house for the location and not for the house. In Sacramento, you can buy a house for like your dreams, like whatever you dream it, you can literally, if you're moving from other spots, you can buy it here. I mean, that's a beautiful part. You can buy a house with a pool. You can buy a house that has like a room for a workout facility if you feel like. You can buy a house that actually has two houses so you can rent one out, or if mom or dad wants to come up, you have it. Like the options here are just amazing. So yeah, curb appeal and all. Less is more. Sergio, I'm with you. And here's the thing that I will tell you guys, and this is a big one. This is a hint. This is a pro tip. When you move into your new house, I'm telling you, this is a big thing. This is what I did myself too. Try not to move in everything if you feel like, just to move it in, right? At this time, you have a situation, and this is just opinion myself, to purge, right? You can purge, and then you're moving into your brand new home. You're getting rid of a lot of the stuff that you probably should have gotten rid of. You got like a clean house. Oh, I love it. I did that myself. Literally, we moved from our old house to our new house and we got rid of half the stuff that honestly, it was just collecting dust in the garage. It was collecting dust here and everything too. And it felt so good to just purge so much of that stuff. And I would recommend it to anybody. It's therapeutic. Kid you not. All right. Toll Brothers. Yeah. Again, branding is huge. Toll Brothers is, and the thing about Toll Brothers, and now Shawwood, I will say this too, like I've seen Tim Lewis build at all sorts of price points. Taylor Morrison, all sorts of price points. Lennar, Woodside, all these communities. The thing about Toll Brothers is they don't build anything but luxury homes. Shawwood as well now too. So I think that branding is becoming a part of it. If you go buy something like a Toll Brothers home in the resale market, you're not going to say, oh, what kind of Toll Brothers home is it? You're going to say Toll Brothers. And I think branding is going to play a lot into like the marketing for homes that are being sold in the future. I think there were some mom and pop builders here and there, but I think now, who you buy your home from is definitely going to be something that really, really is important. In fact, I will say this, I think even floor plans are going to be remembered. I think people are going to be like, oh, is that the Ravine at Taylor Morrison? Oh my God, I love that floor plan. Or the Highland or something like this. Or, the Denali at El Dorado Hills. People are going to remember the floor plans, and branding is going to be more important when it comes to reselling your home. All right. Pool is a must. Guys, honestly, for me, love my swimming pool. Absolutely love it. Now, here's a crazy part for me. I grew up in the Bay Area. We always went to the beach, not the SoCal beach where you can go swimming, but the beach where you'd go there and it was freezing cold. You'd maybe jump in the water and come out. That was me. But I love the idea of having a body of water. Even during the wintertime, the pool is nice, maintained. I come down, I take a look at it, and there is a level of like zen to it. I love my pool. You know, I got a pool guy that comes, takes care of it. What is it, like $100 a month, and he maintains the whole thing. Really, really good. But for me, I love my pool. For 4th of July, I had all, you know, my daughter, all of the cousins, nieces, and nephews are all at the pool. And I'm just sitting there watching them in the pool. And I did not go in myself, you know, but I watched them all. And I said to myself, you know, those are memories they're going to have for the rest of their life. Because I remember myself too, you know, playing in the pool, you know, and it was rare because it was a Bay Area and, you know, pools are freezing. But, you know, it was fun to be able to do that. So, you know, and I love my pool, love my hot tub. Probably love my hot tub a little bit more than my pool, just myself. But again, it is something that isn't so out of reach. In the Bay Area, a pool is like, I mean, I don't know, maybe like if you look at like in just various areas, like a pool, you'll find like 1 out of every like maybe 40, 50 houses in the Bay Area might have a pool, right? In Sacramento, I got to say at least like 1 out of every 5 has a pool. Pools are fun. Oh, swim spas. I just discovered those. Those are so cool. Okay, so swim spa, if I got this right, swim spas are like big, huge rectangles that you can put in. You can do the swimming thing too, but there's areas where you can sit, and they also have the hot tub area. Absolutely love them. Saw them. I'm like, that is the craziest thing ever. If you swim spas, I would put that in. I would probably do something. If I was going to do a swim spa, I would probably put it in the ground and then do some nice landscaping around it to make it look really, really nice. But yeah, swim spas are great. You know, now with everything too, I mean, think about this. One of the things for me about a pool is during summertime, it's fantastic. Love my pool. It's great. But during wintertime, I never use it. Hot tub, I do use it, but I have an in-ground spa hot tub, and it takes gas to go. And it takes, I mean, during wintertime, maybe like 15 minutes to get that thing where I need to go. But like a pool spa or a hot tub, you cover it up, it stays at 104. And you got all that Bluetooth stuff. So you can like heat it, go down. And the best part about what's called swim spas and hot tubs is that they run on electric. I mean, that's amazing, especially if you're in SMUD. That's fantastic. Or if you're yeah. So for me, yeah, big fan. No carpets. Yeah, agreed. Carpets right now, man, you know, like carpets, nobody likes carpets. We walk into houses and sometimes you get these luxury homes, you know, in East Sacramento, Land Park, and they're like, you know, 20s, 30s, and they're nice. And they have these carpets. And I've walked into some of these homes with clients and they just look at it and they're like, yeah, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. Carpets have killed deals for me. Big time. Yeah, Roy. I hate carpets. What made you talk? I mean, builders still utilizing new builds. I know. I'm with you. Not a big fan of carpets myself. And also like, it's hilarious because they're so adamant in not even letting the clients pay for it to get the additional flooring. They're like, no, that's just what it is. And for me, it really isn't that much more expensive especially when you're doing it from like a large builder standpoint. I mean, carpets. I mean, if you put up a vote between carpets and non-carpets, I mean, I don't know if anyone would vote for carpets. Yeah, the builders are really missing it on that. Accent with black. Yeah, you know, accent with black. I've seen that too. I like it. I think the luxury farmhouse thing really kicked it into gear. I think black, I've seen navy as well too that I really, really like. I've seen navy and then like a brushed gold as far as the hardware goes. Yeah, there's some fun stuff you can do. You know what's also become really, really popular? The natural kind of hardwood meshed with kind of like an olive green, which I think looks really, really slick too. Yeah, there's so many fun things to do with interior design. All right. We're grandparents and we have to upgrade to a larger home. When we come together, it's too crowded. I know. I'm with you. You know, you need that home. What was that? My mom was here for the 4th of July and she was, you know, I wish we would have got a pool when you guys were younger. I'm like, forget that. If you guys would have got a pool, that's where we would have gathered because we would have brought all the grandkids. I'm like, that's the big thing. For grandparents for people who have grandkids, get a pool. You'll be like the center of attention. The grandkids will be flocking to the pool, you know? And for me, yeah, if we keep this house with the pool, oh yeah, we have our gatherings all the time. I want to keep the grandkids here, you know, home field advantage. I like that. All right. What can you get in Folsom for 1.2 million? What kind of concessions are you seeing from builders recently? I think Toll Brothers, you can get, we just put an amazing couple into a house. It was like, what was it? I think it was a Vulcan. Beautiful house. And it was close. It was a little higher than 1.2, but, the concessions we were able to negotiate. What were we able to negotiate? We got, I think it was 1.29 ish or something like that. But yeah, we were able to negotiate the little bit on the price, which we got down. Yeah, we Toll Brothers right now. We got in Folsom. Yeah, we were able to negotiate with Yvonne, and we got a great deal. In fact, it was hilarious because we went to the other Toll Brothers because we were doing a negotiation between all of them, and we did so well at our negotiation in Folsom Ranch that the other Toll Brothers, Bickford, and the other one in Rockland Vista, they were like dumbfounded how we got that deal for them in Folsom Ranch. So yeah, I think Preserve, you can get great deals. I think Oak Trails, you can get some great deals. I even have a client we put into a home in what's called a Toll Brothers Preserve that's now selling his home because he's going to be building a custom home. And he has got the biggest lot in Toll Brothers right now too. And he redid the backyard. This lot is absolutely epic. It's right across the street from the park. So if you're looking for Toll Brothers, let me know. This house is unreal. But yeah, I think you can get stuff. Shawwood had a burst of selling, so they're not really right now too much. I think they're okay with a little bit of a price reduction, and I think you can negotiate a little bit at Shawwood. I think Esquire, KB, just because there's not a whole lot of building right now happening. I think Esquire at KB, the price point is better than almost anyone. So the negotiations at KB have never been that good because their price point is way low. Lennar, you could definitely wheel and deal at the Lennar communities in Folsom Ranch, but I think there's limited inventory. But yeah, you can definitely get some. I mean, you can get the price reduced. You can probably get some solar thrown in there, appliances. It depends on what your thing is. And that's a big thing to know. It's like, where do you want those incentives to go in? Do you want it towards a rate buy down? Do you want it to go towards closing costs? Do you want appliances? Do you want the price of the house to go down as well too? Like, what works for you? But yeah, there is some movement. I'd say the only areas that I'm seeing like non-movement are those like one-off communities, like Glenfield. Like Glenfield in Placer One, you're not going to get that much. I think it's like $30,000, but that's just a standard credit because the backyards are great and those things are selling. Folsom, again, I think Preserve, I think Oak Trails, I think they're selling, but not at the rate they want to. So yeah, I'd say, yeah, you can definitely get some leverage. I'd say for Folsom, probably better than Rockland, better than Bickford at this point as well too. Bickford went on a streak too, and Bickford is selling as well. But the thing with Bickford as well, just so you guys know, the special assessments and everything too, it was about $1,000, and now with the HOA and special assessments, it's all the way up to like $1,200. So it's kind of becoming that thing. And then also Toll Brothers opened their new community in Rancho Marietta. So there is some room for negotiation in Folsom. I guess I'm getting back to my point. You just have to put in an offer and see where it goes, and just make sure your realtors, goes to bat for you. Because that's really, really important. I mean, we worked with that one, that I won't go names. We worked with that couple. We were working with them straight up, and we went hard for the negotiations. We were fighting for every $1,000 we were able to get them. And you have to do that. You have to have that uncomfortable, awkward, what else can you do for me? What else can you do for me? And go. And at times it's awkward. And at times your clients don't even want to be around for the negotiations. But if you do it, you can get some really good concessions, but you just have to be obvious, right? You have to be like, hey, okay, you know what, Mark, we just reduced it $20,000. Is that the best you can do? Come on. Can we go more? How about this? You have to be able to get into that. You have to be able to get into that awkward space in negotiating and be able to even walk away at times. It's the only way you can get this stuff done. And at times too, with new homes, it is a little bit of a risk, right? You might have to walk away for like a week and then come back. Could the house sell in the week? Yeah, absolutely. But if it doesn't, you're in a better situation and a better position to go negotiate to get it lower. Quick move-ins are going to be your best bet for negotiations as well too. If you see one on the market and it's a hot one, if you see maybe 3 Ramonas that are for sale in Folsom Ranch, you probably have some leverage. If you see 1 Ramona for sale and the last 2 sold, other quick move-ins sold like a week or 2 before, you probably aren't. So kind of know the inventory, know the market, and be able to really, really kind of hit them hard and just, be awkward about it. That's all I can say for the negotiation piece. Yeah, right. But for 1.2, yeah, you can probably get yourself, I don't know, at this point in time, maybe not a big lot. You can probably get yourself probably like a Vulcan for like 1.2-ish, maybe 1.3-ish. I think you can get every floor plan except maybe, no, you can probably get almost any floor plan you want at Oak Trails. I think it's Shawwood, maybe the single story, possibly. But yeah, you can definitely get some negotiation power on that. I would also look for the resale stuff that's going in, like New Home Company, Gold Hill, and Silvercrest. I'm seeing a lot of those homes actually go up for sale as well too. Stay away from the boxy Lennar, what I've heard, but take it with a grain of salt. You're right. All right, it's hot, but at least the mornings and evening are cool. Yeah, agreed. It is hot, and the mornings are beautiful. Evenings are nice as well too. But again, I mean, you look at it like right now. Sometimes I'm like driving out and I'm going, "Oh man, it is so hot today." And then I think of the East Coast, and I just feel kind of like a little baby. So hopefully, we'll take it in stride. All right, great show, Mark. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate it. Dan Loesch, the best contractor. Dan is the man. If you guys ever are looking for like contractors, if you're looking for an addition on a home, if you want to pull some money out of your home because you love your 2.75 interest rate, talk to my buddy Dan. He is just the nicest guy in the world. He's a wealth of information, and he's just awesome. So yeah. Oh, and by the way, if you guys are enjoying the show tonight, smash that like button. I feel renewed energy after getting done with like the hardest transaction of my entire career. This transaction went from November till just now. I mean, it was just on my nerves, but it's done. All right, what would you recommend to put on the floor? Engineered hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl plank? I would say engineered hardwood myself. I like it. I think engineered hardwood is the best. Dan, what do you think, man? Would you go engineered hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl plank, or would you go real wood? I myself, personally, I like engineered hardwood. I like the idea of dumping a pail of water, cleaning it off. It looks good. It has like, it feels just like real wood. But there is a little controversy between real wood and engineered hardwood. A lot of people go back and forth, but for me, I would say engineered hardwood. I like that. All right. Dan, an interesting story about Toll Brothers. A friend of mine bought one of their homes and the island was slightly off-center. Really? Toll Brothers? Come on, Toll Brothers. They literally tore off countertops, flooring, and moved the island to fix it. Oh, I love that. Okay. Okay. Another thing too, I will tell you is that a lot of people, when they buy a brand new home, right? They're, everything. There are so many moving parts in a house that, your house will never be 100% perfect when you get your home. A lot of people think, brand new home, everything's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be great. No, it's not. You're gonna see weird little like, the paint goes lighter here, or, oh man, the door is kind of like this and that. It's about working with a builder that you feel comfortable with, that after the fact, they will come in and fix stuff for you and they stand behind their product. And they don't have a like system where you have to go online and put in a ticket, but you can talk to John. John's the superintendent and say, "Hey, John, can you guys come over here and take a look at this? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Let me go over there and take it." And that's one of the things that I stress with a lot of people. Get to know the superintendent. Work with realtors that actually know new homes and aren't just saying it on YouTube. Have those relationships, because it's so hugely important that when you are buying a new home, you feel that after you close, if something doesn't work, because it just will, a drawer might, but you just need it fixed, right? You don't want to wait, and you don't want to feel like all of a sudden, they disappear on you, right? And Toll Brothers, does this. So I love hearing stories like that, because that's one of the things a lot of people don't get when they buy a new home. Brand new, everything's perfect. It doesn't work that way. Until 3D printing becomes a reality, it's just not going to work that way. They have flooring people, they have stucco people, they have this and this and this. Everything is like this. Your blue tape walkthrough is huge, and also understanding that after the fact, you're going to see stuff, and just work with a company, work with a community, work with a superintendent that has your back, and you feel comfortable, him, and he's got you, and that's one of the biggest things. I can't stress that enough when you're buying a new home, and just, that's it. I'll get off my soapbox on that one. But I love that, Dan. I'm going to send you a Toll Brothers shirt. All right. We did a good purge in therapeutic when we moved out. Now we can't wait to get our new home. Sergio, I'm so excited for you, man. I've been researching cigars for you. So yeah, I'm excited. And Sergio found such a great deal. I mean, Beezer, open space. I'm excited for you. I can't wait. Michelle and I actually were doing a home tour today, and we were talking about you all day long. So hopefully your ears were burning. All right. So is carpet just an East Coast thing? Maybe. Right here, what we noticed in California, and I don't mean to say it like in California, but I just mean it like, because this is where I live. So this is all I kind of know. I can't really comment on other areas. But I will say this. When COVID hit, a lot of people didn't want carpets. A lot of people didn't want that. They felt that the germs, all that stuff was in the carpet. And that kind of kept going through. And so what you notice now is, and some people it's the COVID, some people are just like, they want it kind of just clean completely. They want to bring in some rumbas. They just like that clean kind of like look. And so what I've seen is tile is popular, LVP is popular, engineered hardwood is popular. Like that look is just really good. A lot of people now, when they see like these open concept houses and they see the high ceilings, carpet just doesn't match what they want. You know what I mean? They're looking like, you're seeing these like 12 foot, 15 foot ceilings, sometimes 21 foot ceilings. And you just want to see that kind of restoration hardware flooring. You want that. And that right now is very contemporary. And so carpets don't really fit that. Now for me, I really myself, like I don't like carpets except on the stairs for my dog. The dog's, 14 years old. So if I didn't have carpet on the stairs, my dog would literally hate me. So other than that, I'm a big fan of just having it all clean, being able to clean the whole house, not having the carpets and everything too. Now, the other thing too is when you get a resale home, sometimes you'll see the carpets and be like, wow, oh my God, these carpets look amazing. They will look amazing for the first like month, a month and a half. And then all of a sudden, all the blemishes start to appear and everything too. So I think in the case for a lot of my clients I work with, a lot of people are like, I don't want to take the chance. Let's rip them out and put in, engineered hardwood. So that's just kind of what I've been seeing. All right. Our agent couldn't negotiate no carpet upstairs. Do you know a flooring guy, Mark? Laugh out loud. I know. Beezer killed us. No, we got flooring guys. We got Dan Lowe. She could probably talk to you a little bit about it. We got you covered, man. All right. The carpets are a lot less expensive to put in the bedrooms. That's why you see them in new builds. Yeah, agreed. I will say this, though. I think there's a lot of people that we work with that, how can I say it? Like they don't mind paying a little extra to have the carpets removed and put flooring in there. If they could assess the cost and say, okay, you know what? It's gonna be an extra like 10 grand or 7 grand or 5 grand, whatever, to put the flooring in there. I think a lot of people would go for it. Sergio, in fact, for you, let me ask you something straight up. If Beezer had told you, okay, look, we can take out the carpets and we can put in LVP for an additional $3,000, $4,000. Would you do it? This is going to be a test. All right. I like the home field advantage with the grandchildren. Of course. Oh my God. I'm going to have a pool. I'm going to be like barbecue. I'm going to be, yeah. Oh yeah. And the best holiday decorations as well too. So yeah, no, I got it. I'm lining myself up for that. All right. Happy to be here. Better late than never. Derek, welcome. All right. For a builder, cost of carpet versus laminate or LVP is always no different. The reason they do it is because carpet hides framing imperfections and video guy Matt throwing it in. I like it. Adapts better to settling so they have less liability. Interesting. Okay. I like that. I like it. Dan Loesch going with engineered hardwood. For me, here's the thing. I think, here we go. Sergio says, wife said absolutely yes. That's the thing. I think that if you were given the choice, zapping out the carpets, putting in hardwood. Yeah, I think that they definitely should do that. All right. I'm here in Italy. Roseville summer is way better than summer I feel here now. Well, by the time, pretty soon that surf park in West Roseville is going to be going, man. That surf park looks epic. I've been talking about that surf park left and right. You can still sand it too. Ooh, I did not know that. Okay, engineered hardwood, you can still sand. I mean, it's pretty durable stuff. All right, Wendy, I will smash that like button immediately. Wendy, you are a rock star. I really appreciate you, Wendy. And I don't appreciate the realtor that we sent the offer to, but I appreciate you. All right. Dearest Dawn, Sacramento County has daily shootings, stabbings, and media and politicians are hiding it. Placer County and El Dorado counties are safer. I don't know. Honestly, for me, I've been here and I haven't run into that stuff. And it's just, complete opinion, complete subjective thing too. For me, at least, the way I can tell you this is that, like, I grew up in the Bay Area in Marin. It was nice, cool childhood, all that fun stuff too. In Sacramento, I mean, the majority of the people that move up here too feel very like that, whether it's Placer or Sacramento, people just seem friendly up here too. But again, completely subjective, and you have to kind of like look at that stuff for yourself. But for me, Gold River, the people here are really, really chill, really relaxed, and I've had nothing but a good experience here. So, again, very subjective. All right. My dog throws up in the carpet, daughters lose hair everywhere, and guests spill drinks on the carpet. It just gets very disgusting. I am with you. All right, we're pro engineered hardwood. And Sergio with this. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, everyone I think likes engineered hardwood, so that's it. All right, so now let's look at the market real quick. And if you have questions, please ask. Okay, so we got the rates here, 6.68. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Last year, we were pretty much the same thing. Look at that. So we're kind of where we were last year. But now this is the interesting part about rates in general. Last year, look at this dip. Okay, so we were here around 6.6, like, we are right now, around there. It kept on going. And then we saw this big dip towards the end of the year. Now we saw it kind of dip down in September, October, November, and December. Now that's what rates did. Now, no one is really guaranteeing that this is going to happen this year. A lot of people are thinking to themselves, oh yeah, it's going to be it's going to be somewhat the same year as it was last year, myself included. The end of the year, we need to get a little bit of a dip in mortgage rates to get this thing kicked into gear. I don't know if we're going to get it. I don't know if we're going to get rate relief. Honestly, I just don't know. But I think a lot of people did forget that towards the end of last year, we were kind of dipping down here too. Now, as far as, how that equates, we got what? June, July, August. August was a little higher. July and August went a little higher. Then all of a sudden we started dipping down in September, October, November, and then December. We hit all the way down to 6.29. And again, these are rates based on your credit score and everything too. But one thing a lot of people forget is the fact that we did see a drop in rate last year. Now, as we've seen right here, we haven't been dropping. We've been kind of 6.5, 6.6 like this. And I don't know if we are going to get any type of rate relief like we did last year. And so if you see here, this is how it all kind of played out. Now, if you know the Sacramento market, you're going to know that July, August, September, October, it just slows down. A lot of people are listing their homes. Inventory is a little tighter. New homes, you're going to see probably a little bit of a push on incentives. Now, if rates stay the same, if rates stay the same, because last year also in new homes, they had some incentives, but not amazing incentives. But if rates stay the same and we're hovering around 6.5, 6.6, could you see a break in the new home industry? Could you see a break in the built for builders? Yeah, I think so. But it all very much depends on interest rates, where interest rates stay. If they stay around 6.6, 6.5, like where they are right now, and demand is relatively like what it was last year, I think new homes might be forced to throw in some additional incentives. I think our resale market, inventory's already been eating away. June was definitely a better month than June was better than May. And so our inventory has been kind of eaten up, right? Is kind of going away. So I do think that for the colder months that are coming, like August, September, October, November, December, I think we're going to see a low amount of inventory. I think if rates don't go down, I think demand is going to be a little slow. Do I think there's people who can take advantage of this market? I think buyers could. If you're really, really itching to buy, I think prices probably will dip a little bit towards the end of this year if rates don't go down. If you looked at it right here, look at this. This is where it gets kind of interesting. As far as homes sold and inventory, homes for sale, November, December. So we had homes for sale in November over 3,500, and then homes sold 1,350. And then if you see it drop down, all of a sudden, because rates went down, all of a sudden we had less homes that were for sale. But if you look at it here, we had more homes that were sold. So rates really did kind of give us a little bit of a jump start. Lowest rates in the period, very low inventory created a tighter market. Tighter market, but things were moving because of the rates. So what does this mean for us in general in the Sacramento area? If rates stay where they are and we don't get a little bit of a bump as far as, like rates dropping a little bit, I think it's probably going to be a really, really slow end of the year. Now, as far as sellers go, if you're looking to sell your home during the end of the year, I still think there's hot markets right now. I think Folsom is hot. I think East Sacramento has its bumps. I think, Granite Bay is still pretty hot as well too. I think Loomis is doing decent. I think our luxury market is fine, but I don't think that our luxury market really, really cares that much about rates. So I think for people who are looking to buy, people who are looking to kind of jump into this market, take advantage of the market when it's a good time to buy, I think you got to be looking towards rates. I think if rates stay relatively around 6.6, I think buyers could get that situation where they're going to see new homes start throwing out incentives. But don't count on it if rates drop. If rates drop, I think all of a sudden all bets are off and, you could see less incentives than anticipated at the new homes. So just be aware of that. And understand one thing for sure, whether you like this channel or not, understand how rates did definitely move the market last year. Okay. And rates definitely did. I mean, they definitely impacted the market for homes that were for sold, homes that sold. Sorry about that. After an hour, it gets a little tiring. Homes that sold, pending sales. And the only thing that was kind of holding our market at bay was that we just didn't have that much inventory on the market. Now, at this point in time, our inventory isn't fantastic. So if we get into the situation towards the end of this year, we could get a surplus of inventory that maybe feeds us in 2027. But if all of a sudden we see a drop in rates like we did last year, I think everyone's going to be running to the new homes. And I think if everyone runs to the new homes, I don't know if you're going to see that many incentives at the new home communities. So just, be aware. And over here, let's do a little 2000 May versus June. Like I said, June was a very strong month. Home for sales were up, homes sold up, pending sales were up. Medium sold price was down. Why? Sellers were getting a little smarter and they were saying to themselves, you know what? Maybe my house isn't worth $3 million. Maybe I need to reduce it to a price that it's going to sell. So you saw a lot of people that were reducing prices, a lot of people that are more realistic about prices, and people who said to themselves, look, I don't want to let my house go till July or August because we know it's a little slower. So let's drop the price, let's get this thing sold, and let's just be done with it. And so you saw the median sold price decrease, average sold price decrease as well too. This is very, very telling in our market. I think sellers might be getting a little bit more kind of like realistic about their pricing, which is going to be nice for people who are looking to buy later on this year. Now let's look at it versus June 26 versus June 25. Homes for sale, down. Homes sold, were up. That right there is crazy. So we had a little bit more what's called, we didn't have as many homes that were put up for sale, but homes sold did increase. That's so crazy right there. All right, so we had more sales. All right, so this has not been a bad June. I mean, June's been pretty solid. Pending sales were up as well too. Medium sold price down, which is good. And I think if you look at this whole thing, the one thing that you're really going to notice is the fact that pricing, as far as June goes, has been a little bit more realistic. I think sellers have been a little bit more like, okay, again, I think maybe my house isn't what I need it to be at to sell it. So let's drop it to a price it is. I think in April, I was seeing a lot of homes on the market that were pretty much a little bit too high. And I think that the nice thing about June is that we saw some price reductions and people were moving inventory, which is nice. So do I think that July is going to hold suit to this? I think for me, if rates stay the same, we could actually see a better July than we saw last year. And I'll bring you some statistics about that as well too. But, as long as rates don't go up, I think we're probably going to see a mimic of this probably next month as well too. Now let's get into some polls and we'll let you guys go for the evening. Here, hold on. Let's get some questions. All right. Gold River is in Sacramento. There are places you can go in Sacramento and places you just never go to. That's where the shootings and stabbings are. Here's the thing about Sacramento in general. I say Sacramento is such a weird one. If you look at Sacramento proper, I mean, you got East Sacramento, you also got other areas in Sacramento too. It's definitely street to street, and you just definitely got to watch the crime report and just gauge neighborhoods. It's really, really like you just have to just kind of know the area, know the streets, know the neighborhoods. Sacramento proper is kind of like that. All right. Your glass looks very handsome on you. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Trying to find the perfect glasses that don't give me too much shadows on my eyes. All right. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the show. Like I said, smash that like button if you are. All right, Sacramento, a good place to move in 2026? Yes, 65%. I think Sacramento is a good place to move. For me, I never look back. I love the area. I love the location. I love the people here. You know, sometimes people hate on Sacramento, and I was one of those before I moved into Sacramento and realized what a beautiful place this is. Is it a little hot in the summertime? Yeah, absolutely. It's hot in the summertime. But after this show, I'll probably be jumping in my pool. That's not a bad trade-off. As far as like, you know, enjoying myself, I'll be going on bike rides. You know, my daughter is having a great childhood. She has amazing friends. Family life is good. You know, and I'm a big suburban guy. It is what it is. I mean, you know, like I'm enjoying myself, you know, with all my kids, like Jason, you know, or you're having a pool party at your place, laugh out loud. Come on, Jason. It's only family, you and my other kids. But no, for me, one of the things I love about the Sacramento area, and if this is for you and you kind of love this idea too, then I'd say Sacramento should be in a consideration for you. The idea that for me, I want a spot that I can ride my bike. I know my neighbors, barbecue, pool parties, going to movie nights in the park. You know, I want that. I want that whole idea of feeling comfortable where I live, knowing my neighbors, you know, and you know, I get that here in Sacramento. You know, I really feel comfortable here. I go to the, you know, my Bel Air here in Gold River. I know everybody there. You know, if I go to the Gold River Racket Club, people are playing tennis. I know everybody there. I mean, it's very much a comfortable vibe. I feel myself just happy here, you know, and I don't think I felt that way in the Bay Area. I felt very much like, you know, every dollar I made, I had to spend two. And here it just doesn't feel that way. Stress level is low. Go to Costco maybe twice a week. You guys might even see me there. But if you are moving to the Sacramento area, just understand suburban living, spending time with your family, spending time with your friends, doing more entertaining in the home as opposed to outside going to dinners. And a lot of people do go outside and go to dinners, but you entertain, you have fun. You know, maybe you know someone who has a boat. Everybody does here in Sacramento. You go to the river, or you go to Folsom Lake and have fun. Or you hang out with Jason and he doesn't take you to cool car shows like he promised he would. But you have a good time. And that's the thing about Sacramento that I love. You know, it's just the pace is perfect for me. I don't get overwhelmed. I don't get stressed. I can hop in my car. I can drive somewhere and I'm not dealing with parking. Traffic now and then can be a bear, but I find myself at times being a little baby because I go to Walnut Creek and then I realize what real traffic is. So for me, I can't say enough good stuff about Sacramento. It's been great. Has it been 100% all roses? No, but there's not a place on the planet that's going to be 100% all the time perfect. Do I get cut off on the freeway now and again? Yeah, absolutely. But I'd probably be getting that in San Francisco, Los Angeles as well too. But all in all, if I had to put the pros and cons, there are so many more pros and cons to the Sacramento area. And for me, I'm a big believer in if I'm going to invest in an area, I want to see growth. I want to see the ROI, you know. And for me, number one, the main ROI for me moving to Sacramento is that my daughter's smiling all the time. She has an amazing childhood. And I feel like because of my decisions moving to Sacramento and living here, I'm a part of that. I also see a house that I bought maybe 4 years ago and it's already up in value. I see areas that are developing. I see new schools. I see new water parks, new commercial areas, and a lot of happy people moving to the Sacramento area. And all those things tell me I made the right move to the Sacramento area. And for you guys out there who are thinking about it, just come out here and give it a shot. You know, you're going to know, or if you're going to know right away if it's for you, if it's not. And we've worked with a lot of people. I mean, man, probably like 95% of the people who come up decide on it. So pretty good success rate. All right, Jason, come on, son, be nice. I want Sacramento to grow from the 70s into a city from a cow town. I know. Is that crazy? It's just nuts. I mean, a lot of people see that and they're just, I mean, and for me, I look at it and I think to myself, okay, you got Bickford, you got all the stuff that's happening in Lincoln, You got West Sacramento, you got the rail yards, you got, all these other areas that are growing and developing. I mean, what's it going to be like in 5 years, in 10 years? I mean, New Folsom's developing. I mean, you saw like the Davis, extension going out there. Then Placer One has got the new, Sacramento State campus is going to be out there as well too. You got the water park that's the size of something that you'd see in Las Vegas. I mean, not only has Sacramento developed to this point where it's like, whoa, this isn't Sacramento that I grew up in, but also 10 years from now, what's it going to be like? What's El Dorado Hills going to be like? Folsom, what's areas like Loomis, Granite Bay? I mean, like we've got so much land and we're building so many new schools, commercials, new restaurants are coming in that for me, I love it. I love the idea of being in an area where I don't know everything, that there's like new builders, there's new parks, there's new this, there's new that developing. I feel like really like I'm really on the cusp of something that is still going and going and going and going. And I think to myself in 10 years, what's this area going to be like? And there are so many possibilities that it makes me smile. I get happy. And I know for a lot of people who grew up in Sacramento, they don't like hearing that. But change is inevitable. But I do think that to change that's happening in the Sacramento area, as long as we don't get rid of a lot of our mountains, a lot of our nature and everything too, I think this change is going to make Sacramento a very, very, is going to make it a power player, in California. And I'm looking forward to seeing my house gain more money and an area that, I can tell people, hey, back in the day, it was a cow town. Then it was kind of this intermediate spot. And now it's become this spot where like, everyone wants to move here. So that's me. All right. Calling me out. That's right, Jason. I know. Fine, Dad. Just drive the Lambo. All right. I toured Placer One and just can't imagine living in that much of a construction zone for the next decade. Same with Folsom Ranch. They'll both take decades of construction dust before they're finished. The funniest thing is, I'll tell you this. If you look at Fittiment, like the Fittiment area, I mean, what was that? Maybe like 7 years, 8 years. And it just, it came out. So yeah, you are right. It's going to take a little while to develop. But again, I mean, not as fast as some of these other spots took, like a Folsom and a Roseville. I mean, they're putting in a lot of areas. I mean, even there's parts of Folsom Ranch don't even look like there's new construction, like, the Tri-Point area and where like, all that stuff was building, even the new home company on the hill, it's going to take a while to kind of fill in everything. But once it does, man, I mean, Sacramento is such a powerhouse. I mean, it's going to be such a player in Sacramento. I'm excited. Hey, yeah, absolutely. So glad you helped us move to Sacramento. Lots of new local restaurants have come up recently to explore. Hey, whenever you're down, let's get some lunch. Yeah, new restaurants, new food. I mean, one of the things that I am seeing about Sacramento too is that, there's so many cool restaurants. There's actually a ramen house that's a Michelin star ramen house, I guess somewhere in Sacramento that I've been being told about. Yeah, it's great. The restaurant scene, the food scene here is growing. It's developing. One of my favorite Korean barbecue spot, Oz, is now in Folsom. So yeah, no, I'm happy when I go out of the house. But again, guys, there is nothing like shopping at Costco, bring it home to your barbecue, hang out in the pool, playing your music, maybe putting a nice TV outside to watch the World Cup game, and then coming inside for your AC if it gets too hot. Nothing like that. But yeah. And Rajit, I'm being serious. Give me a call. Let's grab some lunch. All right, let's go to some more polls and we're done for the evening. All right. Sacramento versus Tampa. This is like a no-brainer. I mean, Tampa's got alligators, right? So yeah, Sacramento by far. Denver, we beat Denver. Somewhere else, 16%. Guys, you guys are killing me. Best metro to relocate to in 2026, Sacramento. Absolutely, guys. I will tell you this though, Nashville, close second. I mean, I know this doesn't reflect a close second, but man, I'm going to tell you something. Nashville, there's a lot of chatter about Nashville. Love to get myself a Nashville realtor on here to go back and forth. Boom, boom. Sacramento versus Phoenix. Sacramento, 75%. That's a no-brainer. Phoenix, nah. All right, Liz, jobs report came in weaker than expected. What do you think will happen to mortgage rates? As we've seen, what did mortgage rates do? Kind of the same thing. Who wins in affordability? Elk Grove, Roseville, Rancho. I will say this for Rancho. I think that for the new homes, there's still some of the more affordable new homes. I think a lot of the homes in the Rancho area and the Anatolia area, the new ones, are in Elk Grove Unified. People love it. There's a new elementary school that was just built there. I think Rancho is as far as affordability, as far as Sacramento area. If you want a new home, I think it's such an up and coming area. You should definitely check it out. All right. Pool, modern kitchen converted. What's up with the stairs in the outhouse? I know, guys. East Sacramento. It's a whole different vibe out there too. If you guys want homes built in the 20s and 30s, a little character, orange doors, it's a great place to go. A lot of people also buy these homes, and because of the proximity towards downtown and the airport and all that stuff in UC Davis Medical Center, they buy them, they fix them up, and they rent them as well too. There's another East Sacramento house that's actually on the market too that I have my eye on for a possible investment property. So I like that area. Is Sacramento a good place to move in 2026? Of the biggest cities and metro areas, it's the only place to move in California that has affordable home prices, lots of amenities, and great quality of life for families. I gotta say, I agree with that 100%. All right, Sacramento is some of the best weather when compared to non-California cities. I don't think the Bay or LA people understand this when they choose Texas, Florida, Las Vegas, or Phoenix over Sacramento. Agree 100%. Sacramento, yes, gets hot during the summertime, but we have nice fall. We got a nice winter, spring, seasons changing, leaves on the trees, beautiful area too. Yeah, for me, Sacramento is the king of California, king or queen California. All right, Sacramento versus Phoenix. I wonder how many people of the 13% who voted for Phoenix have lived there. I have 3 months straight at 110 degrees. Isn't enjoyable? It's too hot to even use a pool. Sacramento has water all around it. Phoenix doesn't. If you're chasing great weather, you can live in Phoenix during the winter and Sacramento during the summer. There you go. Love that. All right, spring 2026, Sacramento's market breakdown. What really is happening? Disco music. Guys, that's my editor. They're choosing the music for me. Don't blame it on me. All right, insane Northern California estate that comes with its own private lake. This house, guys, if you haven't seen the tour of this house, it was crazy. It was like it had this, like, you know, a big seal, American seal down there. It was crazy. I've not seen anything like this house in the Sacramento area. Custom built home. There were like geothermals underneath the water that kept the house cool all year long. It was a crazy house. I mean, it was definitely a unique house, and that's kind of why I wanted to do the tour. But if you guys have seen this video, it's pretty nuts. It had an elevator as well. Really, really interesting home. All right, Sacramento versus Tampa. If you're a nurse, definitely Sacramento. We love our medical professionals. All right, what do we got? Pool, modern kitchen, converted garage in East Sacramento. How about some homes for us poor folks? Guys, you guys got to tell me price points you want home tours. But I will tell you this. Tomorrow, we will be filming some new homes. And then we plan on doing some filming on Friday of a few communities in the area that are more of attractive price points. And we'll be releasing those on the channel as well, too. We play the hits, so just tell us what you want to see. We'd love to showcase it for you. Hidden Horse community in Fair Oaks. Now, one of the things I will say, though, before the show ends, is that there are some areas right now that the market's slowing down just a bit, and for the slow, I would say for you guys, if you guys are looking for those community, the whole nice vibe and everything too, and the ones that are overlooked, I still love me my Fair Oaks. I think areas like Phoenix Fields, Crow Downs, rock star areas. I love Fair Oaks. I think Gold River is a good one as well too. HOAs, not as friendly as I would like them to be. I would say Carmichael has some great areas as well too. I think Citrus has some nice homes, affordable as well. Orangevale as well too. Those are the ones that, because everyone here is a Folsom, Roseville and everything too. But when the market slows down just a bit, those are the ones where you can really jump into, buy a nice house, and the bang for your buck is really, really crazy. So I would look at those areas if I'm someone who likes resale, wants that established community, doesn't want to pay Folsom prices. There are some sleepers right now in our area that definitely you should look at. All right, who just moved to Sacramento area? Moved last October, not just to me. Yeah, that's right, guys. We are done for the evening. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. Oh, wait, they need to repair those roads in Sacramento. 100%. They need to repair those roads. They need to get that 50 stuff completed. They need to work on the connector project too. For everyone watching, and I say this almost every single live broadcast, our Achilles is public transportation and infrastructure of Sacramento. They should have put that in place before we decided to build a bazillion new homes. If you look at like an East Bidwell, that's horrible to get in and out of New Folsom. They should have done the stuff ahead of time. Hopefully they can kind of, fix the roads and get us some sort of public transportation. That would be absolutely huge. And, take a little pressure off everyone driving. Because if you notice, if you're driving down the freeway and you look to your left, there's one person in the car. You look to your right, same thing. Their public transportation is minimal at best, and our infrastructure needs a whole lot of work. Those are the Achilles heels of Sacramento, but hopefully in the future, we'll get that remedied. We get all these people moved into these new areas. Growth potential of Sacramento is nuts. And next week, we'll be talking a little bit more statistics, probably go Placer versus Sacramento. If you guys want a city really broken down with statistics, let me know in the comments below as well too. I play the hits. I'll be dropping a video on Friday, and we're going to be recording more content just for you guys. So let us know what you want to see. And I'll be back live next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Same bad time, same bad channel. And if you've enjoyed this live broadcast, smash that like button. Until the next show, guys. See ya. Okay, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the show tonight. Buying and selling is stressful. I mean, there are definitely different avenues you can go in, and there's no guarantee. Every property is different, whether you're looking to buy it or sell it. So reach out to our team, and we can talk to you a little bit about the pros and cons of selling currently, what your house is valued at, and all that stuff too. There's a link below to schedule a call. Now, if you're thinking about moving to the area, guys, reach out to our team as well. We're working with a lot of people relocating them to the Sacramento area. We absolutely love it. There's a Zoom link below. Set up a time where we can talk to you a little bit about what your needs are. Now, if you enjoyed this live broadcast, smash that like button. We would love to talk to you a little bit about Sacramento. I mean, we always are out and about. So if you're looking at places like El Dorado, Roseville, Rockland, Davis, we got you covered. Just reach out to us. And maybe you don't want to do a Zoom call, so just hit me at my phone number on the banner, and we can talk a little Sacramento. Now, guys, one last thing before I go. There's a playlist right over there of other videos I've done about the Sacramento area. Knowledge is power. Those videos will help you kind of make a decision if Sacramento is that spot for you and you want to take it to the next stage. All right, guys, this is Mark. Have a good one. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Remember, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next video.